Yo, what's going on, everybody? This your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, got an update for you. Let's get right into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into this whatnot, I've been notified that the West has gotten 15 years to life, I believe, plus 4 years. I tried to listen to the media thing, but it was just too low for me. I couldn't hardly hear what they were saying, so somebody had to tell me what they were saying, and I just got notification that the West has gotten 15 years to life plus 4 years. So I don't know how y'all feel about that or whatnot. I mean, that story just still sad, period. The Westboard story, it just sad, period. But I guess with some people, sometime it's better than no time. I guess I don't know. I got mixed emotions about it, but we'll talk about that for another video. But however, though, guys, I want to bring an update to you right now. Y'all know I've been covering the story of the New York daycare where the child, 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici, had died because he was exposed to fentanyl. Well, the update I want to bring to y'all today is that the husband of the owner of the daycare, he's finally been found and he's been arrested. All right? He's been found and he's been arrested. And let me see if I can say his name. Felix Herrera Garcia. Okay? I don't know if I said the middle one right, his middle name right. But his name is Felix Garcia, okay? Felix Garcia is the one that you saw, and it might be coming up on the screen sometime, that supposed to have been caught by a camera leaving with the bags of blocks, leaving the daycare with that, okay? All right, so, yeah, right there, the picture right there, you say that's supposed to be him right there being shown running out with the drugs in the bag or whatnot. But without further ado, let's get right into this so that y'all hear this. And hey, let's get it.
This is breaking news from Pix 11.
Now, breaking news, the husband of the Bronx daycare owner, where a 1-year-old died after being exposed to fentanyl, has been arrested. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Corey Chambers.
And I'm Tamsin Fidel. According to law enforcement sources, a husband was taken into custody in Mexico. Eileen LaPalmer joining us live in the newsroom right now with the breaking details tonight. Eileen.
Well, this just happening. The arrest made late this afternoon, we are told, by U.S. law enforcement along with Mexican authorities. That person taken into custody is the husband of the daycare owner. He was on a bus in northwest Mexico. These are surveillance images of that man, the alleged ringleader, running out the back alley at that Bronx daycare, allegedly carrying bags of evidence. Yesterday, we told you about a third arrest of a man known as Renny the Rooster. And earlier this month, the daycare owner and her husband's cousin were also arrested and charged in a federal indictment. 4 toddlers overdosed earlier this month inside that daycare. 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died. Investigators recovered fentanyl and drug paraphernalia near where the babies would sleep. Trapdoors found in the floorboards. City Council member Perina Sanchez has been comforting baby Nicholas's family and trying to figure out ways to prevent another incident at home daycares.
Such a heinous criminal act that led to Nicholas's death, making sure every single person that has access to an apartment where there's a family daycare, every single person needs to have a background check. Every single room, every single cupboard should be a part of what is searched.
And the man arrested this afternoon in Mexico, identified by sources as Felix Herrera Garcia. He had been on the run since those overdoses back on September 15th.
All right, so that is a bit of good news as far as that story goes. That is a bit of good news, you know what I'm saying? We thought it was just 3 people at first, but now it comes out to be 4 people. The wife, the cousin of the husband, another guy, and now the husband has been arrested as well. I couldn't just really dream or doing anything like that around anybody's children, you know, because I respect people's children, okay? I respect their children. I would never do anything to anybody else's children that I wouldn't do to mine, okay? But I don't have any children, so I won't do that to my child because I don't have one, all right? But I know me and how I've been raised, all right? And I also believe in that they say treat others how you want to be treated, okay? You can't treat people, children, bad or treat people bad in general and expect for them to treat you different. Okay? The era that we live in now, I'm going to give you the same energy that you're giving me. Okay? That's for those the ones who are going to clap back. I'm going to give you the same energy that you've been giving me. Or you got some people that move in silence. All right? I see the fuck shit that you're doing. I'm not going to let my left hand know what my right hand is doing. I'm just going to move in silence. Because like I told y'all, in the last video I did, this was get a lot of us in trouble. This right here gets a lot of us in trouble. Because we don't know how to shut up. We just want to keep running our mouth and letting the left hand know the right hand. Well, how we said, we're letting our hands know what are we going to do. We're letting the opponent know what we're going to do because we don't know how to shut our fucking mouth. All right? All right? So sometimes it's best just to be quiet and move in silence. Because when you let the person know what you're going to do, you're giving them time to prepare to make the next move. All right? Just food for thought. Just food for thought. And we know the main thing here is what happens in the dark comes into the light. This man almost got away, but they found him over there close to the Mexico border. Okay? As a matter of fact, speaking of that, I want to let y'all hear a little bit more of what I have found. Okay?
Begin this afternoon with breaking news. A week-long manhunt is over. Police say they have arrested the husband of a Bronx daycare owner on the run. The suspect caught after fentanyl hidden in the daycare left a 1-year-old dead and other children sick.
Yeah, law enforcement sources tell ABC News that he was taken into custody by the DEA in Mexico. Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres is in the newsroom with the breaking details. Joe.
Liz and David, it was a days-long mystery. Where was the husband of that daycare owner captured on camera, leaving with several bags just moments before police arrived? Well, this afternoon, we got an answer. Nearly 3,000 miles southwest of New York City on a bus in Sinaloa, Mexico. A week and a half ago, Felix Herrera Garcia went on the run. At that daycare in the Bronx, 1 child died. 3 others were sent to the hospital. From what investigators determined.
Sound like I said his middle name. Herrera. Is that what he said? Why I said his middle name wrong? Like a mud.
Was fentanyl exposure. Police say Garcia ran a drug operation out of the daycare. They found a kilo of fentanyl stored near mats children use for sleeping. They arrested Garcia's wife, the daycare operator, and Gray Mendez and Garcia's cousin. Police determined Garcia's first phone call when they found the children unresponsive wasn't to police or even 911. It was to her husband, who quickly arrived and was seen on camera leaving the daycare.
And it's the same woman that claimed she didn't know what was going on.
With several shopping bags. Just days later, a search uncovered a trap door right below where the children slept, with even more fentanyl and drug paraphernalia. But late this afternoon, the DEA arrested Garcia, effectively ending the manhunt. And what we don't know at the moment is how police track Garcia down in Mexico. But for the moment, he is now, David and Liz, off the streets.
Well, it's just a wild and cold world that we living in. This is a wild and cold world that we living in. Okay. But the good thing is, everybody who's involved in this is being held accountable for their involvement in this story. Now I'm trying to find, because I saw somewhere they spoke on how they found him. Well, maybe another article. Oh, I think it's this one. Hold on. I think new details revealed in the Bronx Daycare.
That's a great lie. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Actually, it says this was posted today at 12:03, and it's 12:22 my time. So, okay, we're gonna get this in somewhat real time.
On the manhunt for the last suspect in the Bronx Daycare death case, prosecutors say the NYPD and DEA agents were closely tracking Felix Herrera Garcia from the moments they learned he was on the run. They say law enforcement knew the 38-year-old husband of the daycare center was in Texas on Sunday and learned he'd gone into Mexico the next day. Garcia was captured on a bus on Tuesday, and he is now awaiting extradition back to the U.S. Meanwhile, prosecutors say Garcia's wife, Gray Mendez, removed their 2-year-old son from the daycare center last year when he himself found himself exposed to fentanyl.
But again, this is the same woman who said she didn't know nothing about it, but now we just heard she removed her own son because of exposure. But now you want to say you knew nothing about it. Boy, I tell y'all, man, and again, I'm going to say this again, guys, no race or no gender is immune to do stupid shit. They're not immune to it, okay? Everybody do stupid shit. They ain't got nothing to do with race. They ain't got nothing to do with your gender or anything. Everybody do and say stupid shit, okay? Excuse me. New details have been revealed to the investigation of the Bronx Daycare. Prosecutors say NYPD and DA agents were closely tracking Felix from the moments he fled his wife's daycare in Bronx on September 15. They tracked him through Texas on Sunday, only to learn Monday he had managed to slip across the southern border into Mexico. Mexican authorities isolated him Tuesday on a bus headed to Sinaloa. If I say that right. He is currently being detained by those authorities and awaiting eventual extradition back to the United States. Garcia was known to law enforcement since last October when he called 911 to report a 42-year-old man believed to be his brother unconscious on a bedroom floor with pills. The man later died from an apparent overdose. Wow. And right here, the wife pulled their 2-year-old son from their own daycare after exhibiting signs of fentanyl exposure. She never reported a suspected exposure to the police and did not allow the boy to return to the facility, but kept the daycare open for other children. Man, that is so sad. And again, her attorney has said she didn't know about the drugs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But again, guys, one of them situations, hey, people get greedy and keep doing stuff until eventually they get caught. And when they get caught, it's a whole different ball game, okay? Until they get caught. Now she don't know anything. But when everything was good, with the money probably flowing good from this crap, she knew it. But now the London bridges is falling down. She got amnesia all of a sudden. How about that? So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't express enough. Let this be a story as somewhat of an early notification or somewhat of a testimony and preach to others when it comes to something like this. These personal daycares where they're running out their home. Please be extra careful. Because these folks ain't playing. These folks are not playing. They don't give a damn about your children. Let alone they probably don't give a damn about theirs. It's all for benefits and a money grab. All right? It's all for benefits and a money grab. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Here's my update to you about this story in the daycare in New York. As always, leave your thoughts and your comments on what you think about this. And, hey, stay tuned for more updates on these stories and more updates on other stories. I'm your man, Chris Thorns. See you next time. Peace out.